Very creative album. A lot of different connotations that people don't necessarily talk about. I really wanted to explain my take on it, and for copyright reasons I'm gonna have to play a little segment for like 5 seconds or so and then stop it. So please bear with me regarding that. Very brilliant what they did with the whole thing. So this is the song that I think literally everyone has heard at this point.
Like you really rough.
This album is extremely heavy in topic, but it starts with a very, very fun bop. And I think that's like just the coolest thing about it. The progression of the album. She captures so many different layers, especially considering her age and how young she is. It's just amazing.
What is it about them?
Nowadays, you see artists just trying to go hype, hype, hype. You know, there's no balance. Hype is fun, but you're not always hype. You know, you want to have songs that show genuine human emotion as well.
Feel better.
I love that drop.
Don't give me this ending now forever.
I know some people give her crap because they feel like you gotta sing powerfully and belt and stuff in order to be a good singer. But one of the biggest things I actually learned, because I sing too, is the actual voices that really get to us are the ones that are raw and vulnerable. If you want perfection, you can just auto-tune the crap out of whatever sound you want, right? But I think that imperfection is what creates a feeling of almost like camaraderie. Like you can connect with them, you understand their pain, their experiences, the rawness, right? When it's too polished, too perfect, it just doesn't sound as genuine. I love those muffled organ sounds, almost like drones, because those sounds can evoke ominous, like over-looming vibe. I really like that she takes it from upbeat, like Bad Guy, into something more and more darker. Come over, baby. I love the whisper style of singing, the very sultry singing. You hear Lana Del Rey do it, you hear Norah Jones do it. If you're actually able to pull off that style, like, tell me which one is waste, it sounds much more the darker vibe. Because if she was to just sing it like flat out, like tell me which one is, like it just doesn't have as much of a hit.
Make 'em bow one by one. All the good girls go to hell.
The rhythm in your voice can really create different kinds of feelings. Dun 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 dun. That syncopation, choppy, short, staccato kind of style of vocals. And when you think about like Rebels, the song is trying to embody that, right? They're usually more rash. I want to do it, I'm gonna go for it. That staccato-ness of behavior is placed into the song, and I think that's really cool to how it drives that beat.
How am I supposed to make you feel okay? To give your lack of interest an explanation.
I do like a lot of songs that don't necessarily explain what their lyrics mean, like super abstract. You have to like piece it together, almost a blank canvas of a song where you can like project what you feel onto it. But I also do like it when they do reveal a little bit of what they're talking about. And in this case, in her bridge, she talks about the reason why she wishes the guy was gay, so that she doesn't feel as bad about herself. It's not because of her, he just is not attracted to girls.
It never stops you leaving. Quiet when I'm coming home and I'm on my own.
There's a lot of different pieces working to create this experience. We all know this feeling. We can't quite name what this song makes us feel, but we know that feeling. We can project that time that we felt that feeling onto this song and make it into something unique.
And I could lie, say I like it like that.
We've become so unwilling and scared to share how we feel. We're worried about how others will judge us, that we try to make it just, oh, I'm fine, I like it like that. People run away from feelings, which is very unhealthy. If you guys are feeling things, let yourself feel. That's the only way to get past that feeling.
Let it go. Let me let you
Go quiet when I'm coming home and I'm on my own. uses autotune in a very artistic way, where it's not because she can't sing, it's more to enhance the thematic feel of the song.
There's a whole crowd of people out there who need to learn how to do
The song always feels like trying to creep, like
You don't wanna know. To be talking to you, belladonna, no strange addiction.
this person or thing that she's talking about is her addiction. When you're feeling that feeling, it's exciting, it's exhilarating, and you know that addiction or that infatuation is bad, but at the same time it brings exhilaration, like thrill.
Symptoms on the pain, but
You want to walk to it, you want to step to it. It feels like you're going somewhere, like without even realizing you're moving because of the beat.
why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me?
When you're feeling like you don't fit in with the norm, you don't feel like there's anyone else in the world that is sharing your experience, when somebody actually starts to care about you and show affection, you're like, whoa, okay.
Shouldn't be said out loud. Honestly, I thought that I would be dead by now. So where did you go? I should know, but it's cold and
I like this barrage of questions she asks. Where did you go? Like, I don't want to be lonely like that. And a lot of times when you feel that way, your mind is just racing. You're just like, da 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 da. It spills out. You're overwhelmed. You don't know what to do.
I wanna see the world when I stop breathing.
This song, if you actually listen, it's really dark. It's about like ideation. These last three songs are brutal. It's so dark, so real. This song, the way it makes you feel that sadness, but you also feel that comfort. You can stay there. You're safe there. Definitely something you feel more than something you can explain.
Sorry, I don't know her.
When you're feeling like you're in that dark place, you don't want to be there, but it's like you're sorry, but you don't know what else to do. You just cannot handle that pain. I mean, this song is just, if you just go into a dark room, really listen, as dark of a song as it is, like there is light she's shedding on these feelings we suppress until it starts to eat us up. It is healthy for us to allow ourselves to feel.
It's what a year-long headache does to you.
This rest of the song is extremely slow, extremely dark, extremely minimalistic and quiet, almost numb kind of feeling. And then you throw this like gigantic bass in there. When you are going through these periods, even in your numbness, there are times where certain emotions can hit you and you don't even know what caused them. They just kind of came out of nowhere. And sometimes they stay, sometimes they change your mood, sometimes they whatever, right? And also just the subtle details of the sirens you can hear in the background, which get pretty dark towards the end of the song. When it gets closer and you realize what thematically has happened, just the detail they put in to make sure you also feel that uncertainty, that loneliness, that just helplessness is just crushing, you know? Sorry, I don't know. Sorry. One event, everything crumbled as we knew it, right? I think in these volatile times, it's important to really bring focus to things that can help us ground ourselves. As horrible as it is, it could be an opportunity for us to really be introspective and understand who we are, bring that locus of control internally. If you feel you are lost, if you feel you have nobody, don't go through it alone. If you don't have immediate friends, talk anonymously to people online, through Reddit, whatever. There are going to be people who do care and who do want to help, especially people who have gone through it before and they know and they do not want anyone else to suffer that. So find your tribe, find the people you resonate with. If people make you feel bad, as hard as it is, you have to sometimes let them go. Don't let yourself be stuck in a cycle where it destroys you. If you have tips or advice for people going through rough times, feel free to just type them out down in the comments. My favorite thing is when I go into lo-fi channels, the comments are such a supportive environment. And if you guys want to start that down below, I'm all for it. So go ahead and just don't ever be afraid to reach out to others.
It's not true. Tell me I've been lied.
When someone says I love you, it's gonna change that relationship, that friendship, whatever it is, it's gonna change it. And it was something that was so special, so pure, so whatever it was, that it makes you so uncertain.
I wish we never learned to fly high.
That delay effect that they put, where it kind of drags on the last note, helps to create this dreamy environment. I don't mean dreamy as in like a good sweet dream, I mean like dreamy as in the world is feeling like it's falling apart, that you can no longer think straight anymore, and it feels like you're in a dream by how horrible it is.
I love you.
It's not happy or sad, it's like melancholy. It's that in-between feeling there's so much subtlety in in-between feelings, and we don't really talk about them. This is one of those in-between feelings. You're not happy, you're not sad, it's bittersweet, it's just... I love the soft fade out effect because there's sometimes no closure. If you're always waiting for closure, it doesn't come. It's more you have to survive. So you keep pushing forward.
Don't leave me.
She is saying a line from every single one of her songs on this album, but she says them backwards. And the fact that this last song falls down her list of songs into oblivion and is called Goodbye. If somebody only heard Bad Guy and didn't actually listen to the full depth of the album, they wouldn't understand the artistry and the mastery that went behind this thing. Things that are so hard to put into words that they were able to capture through music is lost if you don't actually pay attention through all the way.
Told you not to worry. What do you want from me?
It actually puts a different meaning to those lines, because some of those lines are from more upbeat songs, and when we heard it with that context, we didn't understand just how dark those actually meant until it was put into this final piece that wraps it all together, this reprieve. To bite my tongue, bite my time. In that song, it was very much like a power move, power lyric, right? But here it's reduced down to the reality of you're biting your tongue, you're biting your time. You're nervous, you're anxious, there's so much different meaning all of a sudden in it.
What is it about them?
What is it about those people? Why do I feel so like I need to put on a front or whatever it is? Like, what is it about them? Like, why do they get to my brain? Why do they affect me? But it just really takes all of these different lyrics and songs and puts them and ties them together into this concept.
I'm the bad guy.
I would really encourage to go back and listen to the album again now that there's more understanding of how deep and intricate this album actually is. There are gonna be people who don't like Billie Eilish, that's okay. Everyone has different tastes, and you know, honestly, that's what makes this world beautiful, right? Like, we don't have to hate on other people's tastes. If it's not your style, that's not your style. But I think this technique though of trying to understand what is the artist trying to convey and say, it leads us to a whole different world of appreciation of music and the power of music. If there's any legacy I leave, I just want to be able to show people that there is so much more than what you always see on the surface, and that there is so much power in music. Thank you guys so much for sticking around, and see you guys next time, Aquarians. Bye.